Thank you for detailed explanation about your programs.
Thanks.
While the questions are being, framing in their mind, I have a question about us. So we are very good planners. Women are very good planners. So we plan to 5 years, 10 years, and that has another side effect of overthinking. So because we
Yes.
plan ahead, we get into this thing of overthinking, a lot of okay, what this fails. So what is your suggestion on handling that? Also planning, because if you're not planning, nobody else is planning. So in the
Yes.
family. So
Understand.
how do you handle that?
Okay. See, this is an amazing question. Yes, we women are amazing planners, I would say. We have a vision always. Okay. But you know what is the problem, Devi? We want it all. We want everything to be picture perfect. That's the problem. We want 100 out of 100 in everything. Yeah. But
Right.
I always say, if something needs that importance, suppose if my health needs more importance, you have to focus more on it. Okay, then the career will take a back seat. Okay, the family can take a back seat for some time. But you know what you have to do is you have to just maintain the harmony, just maintain the balance, asking yourself what needs me the most at this moment. Okay, this is one tool I always give to my clients, that you have to ask yourself, okay, for this month, what is that needs me the most? Is it my career? It is my health? Is it my family? Is it my personal growth? And then plan accordingly for those 30 days. And you know, beautifully, everything else falls into place, because this I am doing since past 5 years. And there
Wonderful
will be
suggestion.
all.
So
Yes,
what is that needs me most? In fact, even for a day, we can use that. Thank you for the tip.
yes,
Yes, Anjali, over to
yes,
you. You have a question.
Yes, I have a question. See, the biggest barrier in self-belief is the self-doubt and self-criticism. I
yes.
criticize myself a lot. So, how do I overcome this? What can you suggest for this?
Yes, it's beautiful. See, yes, I can say we women, we are instructed a lot more than the men in the house. This is changing. This is eventually changing, slowly changing, but the change is slow. We need to go far ahead in that. See, we women are, we are kept in a protective atmosphere. The moment we start, holding our identity, we keep on listening the instructions. Don't go there. Okay, don't do that. This may happen, that may happen. Yes, out of concern, our elders can say, out of concern, they can say, but what happens is they don't understand that it is not allowing our self growth. It is creating a lot of self doubt. And yes, most of the women face that, Anjali. Most of the women face that. The self doubt and the self criticism keeps on coming whenever you want to do something new. Okay, so first of all, if the self critical voice is too deep, we have to understand what beliefs I am holding about myself. If someone else says that, Anjali, you can't do it, do you give them a lot of importance? Do you validate yourself from other people's opinions? If it's a yes, it can be worked out. Okay, we have to shift the focus from them to our inner validation. Yes, and also if we have that self doubt, okay, we can be working on that also. But yes, it takes time. It takes an in depth work where we understand what beliefs I am holding, and then we have to question that belief, that where did it begin? Where did it begin? Like, suppose I want to tell you one thing. From childhood, although I got a very open atmosphere, at some points I was instructed that, don't do this. This is very risky. Don't follow this path. So, what happened, Anjali, in my profession, I started playing very safe.
Mm.
In my profession, I didn't want it to slip. I had, I can go anywhere, but, I decided to be a doctor because that was the fashion. At that time it was fashion, although it was not my, I didn't wanted to do it, but there was no other option. Why? Because I am a good student in studies. Everybody is doing either engineering or medical, so let me do medical.
Yes.
Getting my point? So what happens, this is conditioning, I would say, partly conditioning, partly our upbringing. And then when we understand this, especially, I say, Anjali, you have to just make down of those beliefs that start with the letters I am.
Okay.
After I am, what do I believe about myself?
Hmm.
After I am, what do I believe about myself? And see that whether it is negative or positive. And if it is negative, trust me, Anjali, it is only a part of conditioning. It came
Yes.
from somewhere, you know. I always say beliefs start getting stacked due to experiences. Like, suppose if I did a mistake, my mom scolded me once. See, I told you, no, you don't have to do this. You have done that. You heard it once. Then again, a mistake happened, and somebody else told you that, see, I told you, no, to be careful, and this happened. So, what happens is your self doubt starts growing that I don't do things properly. I'm
Yes.
not capable enough. But what happens is this is only a belief that gets generated inside through these experiences. And you
Yes.
know, our human mind is so powerful that we can get ready to unlearn these experiences.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we have that. We have that power. Okay, so here I would say rather than learning something new, it is very important to unlearn something old. The new will eventually follow.
Yes.
Totally
True.
agree. Yes, yes, wonderful insight about this topic. Thank you, Dr. Abida. Audience, you have questions? You'd like to talk more about believing yourself a little more? When you look at the mirror next time, you'll have more belief. You have any questions? Please post here. Um, as they are posting the question, so I have a question in my mind. See, as we are reaching this 40 or 45 and
Yes.
the problems women need to handle are more, that's the time like everything happens. So you're in the peak in your career, and kids, if you are having, they could be in your teenage, and father and mother could be in their old age. So parents are aging, kids are in the teenage, career in peak, and a lot more happening in your body also. And that could cause a difficulty in all this relationship where the woman wants to do everything, as you're saying, like 100%. She might dent everything, like, and cause a difficulties in her relationship which she values more. What is your advice for that, Dr. Abida? How to handle that phase of life along with this? Like,
Yes. So here, Devi, I would suggest start loving yourself more. You have to take care of yourself so that you can serve others. I always say when there is no balance of giving and receiving, this is what happens to a woman. She wants to help everyone, but she is not able to help because she is not able to help herself first. So here I want to tell you that please start helping yourself first. And yes, see, doing 100% is not at all possible because this is something unrealistic. And here, what we have to consider that, baby, we have to make people understand around us that you also need care. You also need rest. What happens is, unless and until we communicate, people around us think to be a superwoman. They think if she has handled earlier, she can handle right now. But here we do a mistake. We don't communicate. We never communicate, thinking that what the other person will think about me, or am I not capable now? I have done this all these years. Why I am not able to do? This all comes in our mind. But here you have to understand that you are also transitioning. You are also going through a phase where you need to take care of your body more. Okay, so you cannot serve from an empty cup. So now here is the time you have to fill your cup. Fill your cup through self care, fill your cup through self love. I always say, okay, 6 days for family and ask them that one day can I take break for myself. How many times we do this kind of conversation with our family that, you know, okay, Sunday evening, give me a break from cooking. I need that. Okay, go
it's
out with
important.
your friends. Yes, it's very important to fill your cup. See, some people get energy from other people. Some people get energy by connecting with nature. Yeah, so you have to see from where you get your energy and then indulge yourself in those activities. I always say hobbies works wonder, but how many of us in our room, in this room, work on our hobbies? If painting is your hobby, it has been your hobby. Okay, how many times you do it? Sometimes, something urgent and important shows up, and then you say, okay, this can be done later. Let me figure out this first. But what happens is you need a breather at the times. I always say all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And this happens
So,
in our life because we want to work and we want to give our best to everyone. Okay, so
so
please don't be so harsh on yourself. Don't over expect yourself. Consider yourself to be a normal human being. I always say to every woman that in your ordinary is an extraordinary person. So please don't try to prove that you are extraordinary. Being ordinary, you are already extraordinary. Okay, so respect yourself for who you are. I always see, if someone says, Abida, but I'm just a housewife. I said, how can you say just a housewife? Because of you, someone else is able to perform. Because of you, your kids are growing well. So how can you say I'm just a housewife? Because if the other people's performances are improving, that you are the core. So take that pride. Wear that crown every day. You have to respect yourself, then only the other people will respect you. So start from yourself. This answer took a little long, Devi, but I think this is what is needed now.
it's very important. You can even add some more if you feel like, because like I think the difficulties in the relationship, you answered by saying you have to communicate about yourself to
Yes.
others. And very important, this is another point that I noted, is find where you're getting energy from. That is
Yes.
absent. We don't really value that. We don't really even sense that where we're getting energy from. We keep doing things because we have been told to do so, or we have to do so. But we have to spend that time. Okay, am I getting energy in having a nature walk, or